helps reduce blockages caused by illness. Because if the high amount of voltage requires is going to alarm his owner with any change in his well-being. The copper voltage requires change the intensity of the stone color because of the change in the humidity of the body. Most obviously, the copper will. In modern times, the stone is connected to health but also self-expression, since it's affiliated to the throat chakra. It helps reduce blockages.
All right, what's good, everybody? Today I got a quick video. It ain't gonna be quick because honestly, this is a 38-minute video that I'm gonna sit and watch with y'all. I would do it on the StreamYard thing, but you know the case with that. But of course, as always, it's notorious. I'm not just making it up. I'm back again, with the 45. It's not my fault, man, but apparently, it's come back again. And I'm blown away, man. It's just amazing. One of the first things that I want to touch on before I do get to doing what I do or letting the video play and everything is address the fact, throw the question out there for people. Is just because somebody white doesn't mean that their information is wrong. It's just because somebody is white. It's because a man is white. Does that mean that their information is wrong? That doesn't mean that they're lying just because they're white. The reason why I asked that is because I'm a non-biased person. Where I see things link up with what I'm saying, I'll show that. And then where I see where things that people as well say that, contradict and go against what I say, I voice my opinions on that too. And wisdom. But just because somebody white, are they considered, or is what they say wrong? I feel like that's very important to say before I play this video and show this because, number one, first thing that people will say is, it's this person, it's that person that did this, and these are the same people that did this and gave this information and stuff like that. I'm not going 100% based off of that and what they say, to come to my conclusions. What I'm showing is the fact that they're coming back around to the same exact end of the day conclusion that I'm coming to, and that I've been saying about these two numbers, 4 and 5. And you'll see as I play the video, but I wanted to first play this again because this right here, this one quick part right here for this video. Let me turn the brightness down so you can actually see this clear. It's odd how that works, but that's just how it is. But this right here is actually, as you can see, that's the Mercury symbol right there. I just wanted to point that out. It's in the center. And I've made videos in the past talking about how it's, now I noticed that people don't, interact with that video. So those type of videos talking about. But what I'm showing y'all is synchronicities. And I'm not saying that the stuff is true or not, but I'm showing y'all the synchronicities over, when people talk about synchronicities, gematria, numerology, all of that stuff, I show it clear as day and people can't get around it. That's why you don't see anybody debating. And I have it open for it is if anybody can say anything at any time that they want to, whenever I'm wrong on something. Whenever I say one thing that's wrong, point it out. Or I've always asked for someone to point it out. And that's absolutely fine on my end. As far as all of this work that I've been doing, not just this art, the actual science behind it. This structure right here, someone who has an argument against the fact that, what I'm pointing out is why we stopped counting at 9, which nobody's answered. People have put, using 360 degrees in a circle, but they don't even get really why 360 degrees is there. But my stuff is showing the answer of why. And that's not just capping. That's not just saying that just to say that. What is 9 times 4, man? 36. I've been saying that. What is this? What is a base? base 10. Base 10 is 10. What is a triangle? A triangle has three sides. Okay, you have the length, the so you can go length, height, however you want to call it, height, width, and all of that, length, width, and then you have the base. Okay, that's the base of the triangle. So the base of the triangle is a 0 and a 9, which is what I'm showing through my work. The base of the triangle. But how many is the base? How many units? And I say units because it's everything is supposed to be exactly the same thing in order to be, because what is numbered with binary is replicating the same thing over and over again. That's why the square is so significant. And you can find it's done within nature actually, as far as when you talk about crystalline structure. You're not going to find crystalline structure with circles. It's not going to happen. So that's why I'm saying, and circles are what we perceive as circles only exist with a line. You can't create a circle without a line. And that's just a fact, and people omit that. And that's why I be trying to, or a spiral, because a spiral is the same thing. A spiral is nothing but points, an infinite point. So it's binary, it's as far as flipping in between, you know, feminine and masculine and everything. And I've been that whole notion as far as talking about feminine and masculine has been in the air a lot here lately. And I've had a lot that I've actually wanted to say about it, but I've been mute. But it's because people are so it's so. I don't like to talk about opinions. I don't like to jump out there and talk about opinions and stuff like that too much. Too much. I will voice mine on some things, but I don't like to talk about opinionated things too much because I mean, at the end of the day, if you can't change the next person's actions, what's the point in talking about an opinion for? You know, that's just how I feel and how I look at things. And but my opinion, as far as how because I question a lot of stuff, even masculinity and stuff like that. And as far as what we view as masculinity, and when men even say that we're I'm gonna just say real quick, 4 and 5, you see what I got going on here, but just the masculinity and feminine aspect, this been running through my mind a lot. First off, the first or few previous couple to 3 years, I've been thinking about the fact of, whenever men say we are the more logical side, we are more logical with our choices and stuff like that, and women are more emotional based. Uh, this is where okay, this is where I feel like it's some type of thinking that needs to go on at least, because the thing is, men, when we're mating, is that the truth then? Because and that's the most important part that we talking about. That's what reproduction, all of that stuff stems from and exists with, right? It don't exist without the reproduction part, right? Getting to that point. But how do women and men both choose who they reproduce with? They choose who they reproduce with based off of, um, you know, what actions. Men is more usually what? Men is usually more emotional based. I'm being real. Think about it. Men are more emotional based. Women are more, they choose their men based off of what? More logic, right? Because they looking at what you logistically got that can would do what? Take care of them down the long. They thinking about down the long run. Most men is thinking emotional based, right? What make them feel good, right? Ain't that what emotions is? What makes you feel good? So I just look at, something just like that as far as and I've also based off of just saying that what sparked this is the whole 4 and 5 polarity thing, just in the mind. But at the end of the day, I've been thinking about the fact that sun and moon, maybe they switched potentially. This is just me. I'm just questioning this. I ain't saying this is a fact at all. Maybe they switched the essence down through the lines of what the just like the gender roles and stuff. What if the sun and the moon been switched, as far as how we perceive them? What if the sun is really feminine and the moon is masculine? Because the reason why I've been thinking that lately a lot is because the sun Yes, I know that it puts out energy. It's, you know, and I get that. But what I'm saying is it's productive. What does a woman do? It produces, you know, as far as bringing something into the world, it grows something. It does that. And then you got the moon, which is, the sun is symbolic with life, but which is giving life, which is what a woman does. Men, on the other hand, when you look at even operating in nature, are usually the more destructive, which is, you know, synonymous with death. Usually women is the ones who being protected, the life that has to be protected. And the men is really the ones who doing all of the killing. That's just going off into, you know, not really into what other, but that's just what I've been thinking based on, you know, certain stuff as far as the whole masculine. Just some, you know, powerful thoughts as far as that that ain't really been expressed, you know, at all. But anyway, man, I'm just starting off this video showing this right here because and starting off just saying that quick little stuff about the base 10 going all over the place, you know, a little quick in the mind area where just brainstorming to introduce this video. Like I've been saying about the, you know, people probably feel like I've been speculating. No, I'm not what I'm showing is facts at the end of the day, and I'm showing y'all my work. You know, see, it's one thing when a guy come out here and then they come to a conclusion and they say, you know, hey, this is this about the Saturn and Jupiter and stuff like this. But really, what I've been doing is showing y'all my work. I've been showing the whole process, and I don't get how that isn't respectable. You know, because like I say, on the other end, if somebody were to just come out here, you know, with conclusions, you know, of course, people will be argumentative or, you know, disagree with that. But I'm showing my work, and that's the whole really purpose of me, you know, going live and doing what I do. But I'm just showing that at the end of the day, they got this right here for a reason. You can see, man, this is plain as day. Um, I mean, I really don't. It's to a point of where, you know, I don't have to do any speaking. You can see plain as day that that's a number 4 and that's a number 5. But it really ain't a number 4 and a number 5. It's Saturn and Jupiter. Every symbol that we use is shaped like, why out of all of this, you know, think about it. Out of all of the planets, which numbers, which planets really even got symbols that's even shaped like numbers at all? It's only Saturn and Jupiter, besides 69, which is the moon, Cancer. That's the only one, man. I'm not just repeating this now. This ain't the video that I'm talking about that's 30 minutes because I already showed this. What I'm going to show is a video that's actually 30 minutes long. This is a new video that just came out 3 weeks ago, man. 3 weeks ago. Now, what was I talking about 3 weeks ago? Telling you how to fortify yourself. You know, things along that nature. I'll let you see the video and let you hear it and just see for yourself. Things aren't just saying, and people ain't just saying, this stuff ain't just reoccurring. All of this stuff ain't lining right back up, and being able to keep on producing these videos. I can't talk to these people and tell them, you know, I ain't got money like that. Number one, to have that much influence on those people to make them do nothing like that. I can't control this, man. It's to the point now where people just have to realize, and like I say, you know, just be full out, you know, just amazed as I am. Because at the end of the day, I'm still trying to figure. Yeah, somebody probably wonder out there. Okay, well, what does it all mean? What is bro? The thing is, what I'm realizing is it's not gonna be a 100%. It ain't always about coming to a 100% just boom conclusion, because that's really what Negroes want anyway from me. They just want me to, you know, hey, okay, it's concluded. You know, he found out this about the 4 and the 5. It was a 15 minutes of fame and it just stopped and it's done and it's over. No, it just ain't nothing like that, man. This ain't nothing like that. I promise to God, it's nothing like that. That's why I say it's something like people have never seen in your life. Every single movement that you make, that's what I'm saying. I think about life from so much of a deep perspective that I don't talk with people on, because I don't, number one, don't have nobody to talk that deep about it with, about my deepest thoughts. But every single movement, man, when you talk about karma and all of that stuff, that's what this go into, you know, All of that different stuff, the wheel of life, all of that different stuff, this ties into just based off of the one. But I think about life from every single movement. Yeah, I mean, even what I'm doing right now, this bare moving of my hand, every single movement that we make. When you think about the ether and all of this different stuff, and whether stuff has been um, pre-written, not pre-written necessarily as far as scribed in something, but as far as our existence, when you really think about, because I feel I in my heart, man, we down here arguing about things online, uh niggas hating niggas, niggas killing niggas, you know, and ain't no way in the world I'm gonna sit up here and submit to the fact to where another nigga think that he got all of the answers. Any one nigga at that. And to where niggas can't see where I'm showing, that we ain't got all of the answers as human beings. I'm not even trying to act like I got all of the answers. I've even came on here and tried to prove myself wrong. That's just once. I can continue to do it and try to find holes in my own stuff. Like I said, and what am I talking about? I got that piece of paper. There you go. Right here, where I was, showing just the and going through the work. This was like what 2 months ago, or maybe a month and a half ago, showing right in front of people why you have to stop at the number 9. Because if you didn't stop, if you did this at any other number, it wouldn't line up with the Nazca lines at all. And the Nazca lines actually is one of the main key facts. See, somebody probably says, well, what's the point in doing all of this? What if, because the thing is, once I found out that about the Nazca lines, you got to understand, man. Once you realize that, once you zoom in on all of those key points and everything lined up like it do for a reason like that, the only way that you can find out what the information is saying is what I'm expressing to people is by continuing to finish the project. If you don't finish or put it in a freaking computer, and I'm not doing that. That's what I'm saying, because I'm doing that down the line. That can be done down the line. This got to be done now. This is something that the physical thing. That's what I'm saying. This can't be replicated. And it would have to be printed, and that's nothing like, bare hand. This got cuts in it. That's why I did this with lead. I could have did this with a black color pencil, but I did this with lead because I'm thinking from a alchemical. You know what I'm saying. I ain't practicing alchemy, but just thinking on that type of perspective, like I'm saying with the ether, every single movement that we make, when I sit up here and focus on this, man, I only work on this when I